I think it's about time, chat, but you learn about my most second most egregious addiction, and that is second da Azura Scam or oh no wonder it's just called Azura.gg. That's why I couldn't find it. I was going by Azura Scans. Azura or Azura. How do you spell it?
Azura.
Asura.
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 Azura.
Azura Scans is a scans company that I don't know how they run. I don't know where they get the scans from. I haven't found anything. I've been trying to do research. I'm gonna make a stream about trying to figure out how to do it. But I just wanted to let you know that my second most egregious addiction is reading these web comics that are. It's just. I'm a big comic guy now. It's been an ongoing problem. It's been bad for years now, dude. I got into anime, and then this led to manhwa, and now I'm reading all this manhwa. There's a few of the Chinese one I read, but most of them are the good old American. This is why I spend most of my time on the internet now. Actually, speaking of, I still haven't read this chapter, so why don't you just come along? This is the player who can't level up. This is midway through the second season. You're not going to know what's going on unless you've read this already yourself, but that's fine. Maybe I'll... No, there's plenty of channels. There's a channel on YouTube that talks about these. So what happened? Did you quit? My friend after a few days whenever I start a new hobby. Oh, you're not that bad, are you? Out of all these series, I read about... I read this one, I read this one, I read this one, I read this one. Oh, I read this one. Okay, so out of the top 10... These are the top 10 most popular? Huh. Because it kind of sucks you in. It's like a pyramid scheme. It sucks you in with the first, like, inkling of success. So you'll start with just reading one. Then you'll read two. Then you'll read three. Then four. Then five. Then six. Then seven. Then eight. Then nine. Then 10. Then 13. I have multiple notes and, like, pages filled with these manhwas that I've been keeping up with for years now that I either couldn't find scans of, like they weren't releasing new chapters, so I would just be like, okay, I'm going to make a note of what chapter I was on and then check back in a few months. And then as it happens, I forget about some, then I'll go back and try to remember where the story was, but because it's been a year and a half and I don't remember what the story was as it is, because there are so many that it kind of blends over, so you get to a point where, yes, overpowered sword. What's that one about? Oh yeah, that's right. It's about the guy that he has an overpowered sword. Okay, it's an overpowered weapon. There are so many of those like that. And then on top of it, you get to the scan sites that do the manga, and the mangas only come out once a month. So you get a chapter for a manga once a month. You get 12 chapters in a year. Most of these mangas are once a week. Some of them are maybe they drop 2 to 3 episodes or chapters like every other week. So it's a little bit better. It all depends. The Chinese ones drop like, dude, never read any Chinese ones. Chinese ones suck. The only Chinese one that I've seen that's good is, wait, what is it called? It's another reincarnation one. The game that I came from. Out of all these ones, this is the only one that is good. I tried Rise from the Rubble. That was too confusing. Your Talent is Mine only updates once a month, like other manga. So that one's very annoying. It's very low. It started so long ago, but it's still only in the 40s. And then I tried the First Order, but they also dropped it. So they wouldn't... If it's dropped, it means they aren't scanning it over to English. Most of their stuff is Korean, and there's a lot here. I'm reading this one. I'm reading this one. I'm reading this one. I'm reading this one. I was reading this one, but I didn't. I fell off of it. I didn't enjoy it as much. I'm reading this one. I'm reading this one. I'm reading this one. Dude, Greatest Estate Developer. That is top tier. If Solo Leveling can get a anime, The Greatest Estate Developer needs to get a slice of life anime. That one is so good. That one would rock. It would salt your rocks, as it would. And I'm also reading this one. I was reading this one, but the story is so slow. Warrior High School Dungeon Raid Department. I didn't realize that was the full name. Damn reincarnation, dude. Oh, World's Strongest Troll. That one just got started, but there's so many of them just on this one website. And then you go down the rabbit hole, chat. You go down the rabbit hole and you realize how many different scan sites there are. So you also got Flame Scans. This is a different Reaper Scans. There's also a lot of them. You can't find their websites unless you get lucky. I don't know why. And then there are also other websites like Mangadex and Manga Kakalot. I think that's something Dragon Ball. Manga Owl. Obviously, they're popping up. Those ones are ones that they're conglomerates that they collect. That you collect all of the different mangas or all the different series that are being scanned over by like Azura, Flame, Reaper. I think what's another one? Those are the top big ones that I know. But there's like half a dozen more that are doing more obscure stuff. But all of this is then condensed into like this website. Nope, that's not the website. So this place condenses and brings in all of it. It looks almost identical, but this one is just a conglomerate of everything. So you got, Player That Can't Level Up, Invincible at the Start, National School Prince is a Girl. Yeah, and it still has the weird, like, manga and anime tropes, so it gets a little annoying. Unless you're into that, and then you're a degen, but... So, like, Flame Scans, Jura, and... all of this is just what Webtoon does. Webtoon is just the biggest. Webtoon is just the one that it has the most original, like things that are in-house. Like in Webtoon, like Lore Olympus is probably the most recognizable that it has. So there might be some other ones like rising in the ranks, but most of it is originals on here. Or series that are bought and then put over, like Advanced Player, the Tutorial Tower. That is one that Azura scans. Seed is a big one that Azura... No, Azura doesn't scan that. Another one scans that. Villain to Kill, Azura scans that. What other big ones here? Omniscient Reader. Omniscient Reader is god tier. But that one also gets scanned. Flame Scans does that, and it also is over here. I found it through Webtoon, and something that you will happen to notice is if you go down the rabbit hole of the comics. Oh, My S-Class Hunters, that's another one. Weak Hero is another one. I'm the Grim Reaper. Azura does that one too. Dungeons and Artifacts. That's Reaper scans. There's collaboration between the scans. So there's Reaper scans and Azura scans collab on stuff, and then Azura and Flame scans collab on stuff. So there's some collaboration to like translate and do all the artisy things to make it nicer. But then Webtoon will also buy it up from, I think, the original creators, so that they are just outpouring all of this stuff. It's all to get you to exclusively use Webtoon and use their coins to pay for money so you can get the chapters. But a lot of these places are free. So if you find a series on Webtoon you like, you search it into Google or any browser you have, you can probably find it for free. I found that out after I spent money. So goes it. The money does go to the creator, so that's nice. Sometimes you want to just be able to catch up to your series and you run out of cash, so you want to just read. But all of this to say is that there's a huge market for it, and it's just ever expanding, just like K-pop. Stupid BTS. BTS, I hope you do well on your military excursion or required service, but you really ruined it for the rest of us. You got me addicted to No, I'm joking. You didn't get me addicted. It was anime. Anime. Japan, I can't believe you got me addicted to anime. Actually, it was more of YouTube, but I can point fingers all day. That's besides the point. But Webtoon is the one that Crunchyroll's worked with to make series on. What was it called? The God of High School. What was their other one? Noblesse. I think that was it. No, I know there was one more, but I don't remember the name. And then we're also getting Solo Leveling at some point, I think. Solo Leveling also more or less started the whole epidemic that we have on basically every series. Tower of God is getting a second season? I must have missed it. I missed that. What? Tower of God. That was the other one. Tower of God was the other one that was a webtoon that they're porting over to an anime now. But that took years to get a second season. But Solo Leveling was the one that first. Maybe it wasn't the first, but it was the one that made popular the idea of being a hunter, that you would go into these rifts that would be medieval or fantasy, that you'd use your powers, and then you'd fight the monsters, collect riches, take them back over, and they're really valuable and useful in the real world. And the ever-impending doom of your world collapsing because of these rifts that are causing dimensional space to tear, and just, oh my goodness, what do we do? Do we just lavish in the riches that we've collected? Or do we actually do something about it? That sort of thing. But Solo Leveling really made that popular, and now it's kind of... there's so many that are doing that now. And the other sort of idea is video games. There's a lot of VR MMO games that are or webtoons that are about VR MMOs, which we all know why. Let's say it together, chat. SAO. So... kind of that similar sort of idea, that isekai-esqueness. Yeah, waifu. I mean, not my waifu, just... Okay, Ingress, yes! Oh, Baru, yeah, baby! Hi. Quick editor's note. Editing this section of the video really made me just want to go back and reread the entire first season of Solo Leveling, because oh my goodness, it's so good. And then the second season was so good up until the last 15 chapters, and then it just bombed. Oh, is that the... Okay, so that actually looks like an anime. Yeah, that also looks like it. But yeah, so that's all we tease. We know it's coming 2023. We don't know anything more. But this one is probably going to... When this anime comes out, Webtoons and the manhwas, the webcomics, are already massive. There's the amount of people that are watching it. Maybe not to the extent of mainstreamness, but this, I feel like when this comes out, it will become mainstream, all of these different series. Which may be good or bad for anime. I'm assuming bad, because it will probably be a repeat of Isekai, but we can only hope that it will be good. But I missed that Tower of God got a second season.